Alright, guys, hooked up on our first fish on a new bait. Oh, he feels bigger than I thought he might be. He might even be a slot. But we are in very much shallow water like normal. We're at our pursuit in finding out what fish will bite and what they will not. So that's what we're doing today. Again, we tied on a new bait I've never fished with, and I've seen this guy. Well, there was about 3 or 4. That might be one red here. I've kind of got a unique situation today. The tide is rushing in by the time I get over here, but yet it's pretty low. So I don't know what they're going to act like. It's a little bit different. Most of the time it's been falling whenever I get here. Well, this guy is not that big, which I mean I am in 3 inches of water, so I didn't expect the biggest ones yet. We're going to find some deeper water, I believe. But anyway, what are you, guy? Oh, you're not just 19 1/4, but that's okay. Again, we're doing the myth busting thing, which I'm going to tell you guys a little something. I think I'm already been shown to not be. Hey, remember a couple of videos back where we had them 3 spots on that tail? Same guy, 3rd time. All right, go away, guy. But when a 19-inch fish cannot hardly hide itself, you know we're in some pretty shallow water. But we're gonna ease back that way. I know it gets deeper. And well, oh yeah, let's tell you what we caught him on, because that's the whole ideal these days. And there it is. And let me open the box, because I got a couple of things to talk about real quick. I don't want to talk too long without us hooked up like normal, but today is kind of important to show you a couple of things. Alright, that's what that was caught on. And it's albino pumpkin, and it's the chartreuse tail H&H 4-inch queen cocoa minnow. And I had one earlier grab it, and he just didn't get hooked. So that's 2 of them that really ran aggressively at it this morning already. But when I said, I think my theory has been messed up, where I say, well, you know, whatever you throw right in front of their face is going to work. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Last time I was out, I tried this. Now, I only bought these because they were in the bargain bin, and they were $1 for this package. Now, they would probably be good at night because they glow, and maybe for trout or something that you want them to see good at night. But I tied one on because we caught a lot of fish that day, and I was pretty much had my video already ended. So I said, well, let me just tie that one on and see if I get anything. I didn't really expect too good out of it. It was a sunny day, and that bait right there is going to shine. It's going to look awkward in the water, but hey, the whole idea was you throw something in front of a fish's face and they will grab it most of the time. Well, I gotta say, guys, that I threw it in front of about 4 or 5 that were just perfect. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect, and they just did not do it. They did not run for it. So I would say you can't just throw anything in front of a fish. Now, I don't know if that's the one we just turned loose, guys, but there's a fish swimming in the water. That may be the one we just turned loose. No, because he grabbed it. I don't think that one I just turned loose would have grabbed it. Okay. All right. Yeah, he's not a big one. I knew he wouldn't be. Like I say, we're dragging bottom on this board, so that would tell you we're not in deep water, but it's fun. Oh, and he throwed it. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That way I ain't got to take him off and throw him back, because you guys know he probably wouldn't have been a keeper. But that's a big bait, a 4-inch bait for a little red to grab. That's pretty good. Well, that's what I'm hoping I'll see him over here in the shallow water. I love that kind of fishing. That's my favorite. And that's why I bought this board, guys. That way I can be right here and they can't even hide themselves. I think that's him. Even though he got off, he's showing himself yet. Let's go catch a fish. Right, guys. We may have hooked up on one, guys. There was a lot of fish here. A lot of fish in one little wad. And I throwed several times and they bit a little short and didn't hook. I'm not going to put everything in because they started out over here and they ended up over there. But I don't know how this really would pan out as far as testing this bait, being as there was so many here. But I guess the bottom line is they did take it. One of them did out of the group, and they took it the first time I throwed, and he threw it. I'll look at the footage and see if I'll put any of the original footage, but I hate showing failures. And I guess it's not a failure when they throw it, because you can't predict how they're going to bite it, whether they're going to be aggressive or whether they're just going to bite the end of the tail. And but this guy bit it, and maybe he got it in deep enough. I don't know. He might throw it here in a second, but they're still over there. I'm glad he kind of took us away. Maybe I can get over there and do something again. They didn't act all that wild, but I went a fair ways without seeing anything, and then I come over here and I seen that one wad. Come here, guy. We don't want to play with you too long. I want to see if I can get one of your buddies. Come over here. You're a definite slot. He's a good one. He's a good one. So that's number 2 on the old albino pumpkin, whatever it was. I still think I like the 3-inch better than the 4-inch, but I didn't see these in the 3-inch, but they probably make them. All right, get back to Chico. Straighten out, guy. He's 24. I'll call him 24. Let's put him in a box real quick, because I need a fish. Bought me one of them, I don't know, sous vide or whatever things, where you cook things in vacuum bags. And I want to try on me a good old redfish fillet in one of them. So I need some fish. I didn't buy it for fish. They say the steaks turn out really good. So we're gonna see about that. But alright guys, there's still some working that up here, but I'm not gonna hold you on the camera. We did enough of that from the very beginning. So let's keep this getting some action scenes, and so we'll bring you back in a second. guys. Well, I don't know if he got hooked good or not, but it just, again, was not the best test. I can't lie to you guys, because that's not what I'm here for. He's a nice red, but when you throw in a wad that's like that, where there's like 30 of them, and one of them grabs it, that's not the kind of test I wanted to do on this bait. But we done seen, well, 2 or 3 of them grab it singularly. But when you're in a wad like that, and I throwed it and throwed it and kind of missed, and finally one of these big old horses decided to grab it. That's a big fish right there, guys. Boy, it's been different this morning. So calm that whole group was just kind of milling around, and I didn't see them till now. I can see that a group against the bank there. But they probably won't. They're part of this group probably. But this kind of area that I hadn't been, because there's no wind, and I can go kind of where it would normally be downwind. I don't like going downwind all the time. That means you got to go against the wind going back home. I don't know if we're gonna get this guy in. We might have to turn him back anyway. He seems to be a little bigger than our desired keeping range, but it's definitely not bigger than our fun meter. All right, guys. Okay. So, any recaps while we're fighting this dog? Yeah, recaps are, we don't have. I mean, we just kind of got to find a bait that they like and stick with it. And I'm still partial to the down south lure style of bait. I think I mean, I don't know why. These all are catching fish, but I just think the way it swims and whatever is something that I like. But, well, proof's in the pudding right here. This is a big bait. That old 4-inch. Look at him. I think he might be one of them oversized ones. But so moral of the story is, find a bait that you like, what I've been saying from day one, and kind of stay with it as much as you can. But I guess, I don't know. I guess there's days you need to try different baits, because my theory was you put anything in front of their face, they'll bite it. And it's been true to fact, except for that one bait. But just imagine you are hooked onto that one bait that they don't want, and you're throwing out there in water that's too deep to see them. Yeah, that guy might be over 28, but he has it good in his mouth. Come here, fella. But yeah, come here, fella. Yeah, he's a old brute. He's a brute. Guy, you taking up a lot of my time today. I want to get me some fish for the box. Oh, I'm not complaining, guy. You're a nice fish. All right. Oh, wow. Well, let's first see how large this animal is. All right. Nose there. Well, oh, you remember the other day we turned one loose that was exactly 28, and this guy's, he may be maybe a 1/8 inch under. Good fish, guy. Hey, this old lure wants to grab him again. That's how good that lure is. Oh, he wants to go. Let's let him go. All right. Well, that was fun. Not productive, but fun. I know, I'm an old commercial fisherman at heart. I'm like, okay, you gotta have some productivity. We used to catch them big old catfish, and nobody wants to eat big catfish. Everybody likes the 2 to 4s. and maybe even smaller. So you catch your old 20-pounder or whatever, and you just had to turn her loose. But that's what you're supposed to do. So I've done it hundreds of times. All right, guys, that was fun. That was fun. Now, where's that wad at? Because normally they kind of disperse and they get wise, and you got to paddle around till you find another little group. Look at that. That might have been him, but if it wasn't, something else just... Oh, I just heard a bunch of busting. I don't even... Okay, this thing goes around that side of that little thing. I heard calls. That's what you got to do, guys, out here in these marshes. You got to be like one of them. I don't know if y'all familiar how alligators work, but we had tons of alligators out in Grand Lake, and you get a fish that splashes on a line or something, and that gator, he turns and goes straight for it. And that's what we got to do. We hear that big old splash out there, we know that's a redfish, most likely after something. So I got to figure out how to get around there to them. There might be another big wad like this. So that's how I fish, guys. I just keep all my senses going. Is that a red swimming to me or a big mullet? Sometimes you just got to cast. Oh, this looks so fishy, guys. Ooh, I don't know if that was a red fish or... Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that was that wake we just was watching. Sometimes you just gotta throw at a wake. Did he throw? No, he's there. He says sitting there. Just sit there, guy. Don't make no noise. I'm looking over my situation. Right under the power line. Oh, you energized. The Energizer Bunny. What do I see in this lake? I see potential. Seeing as I'm hooked up to a slot. And then it goes back that way, look like. Alright. Okay, guys. That's what we're talking about. I had you on live. Well, pre-recorded live. I guess it's all live. Come here, guy. I know you're not wore down yet. Oh, you look at that horse. Yeah, gummit, I think you're gonna be too big too for the box. That's, I know. No complaining. No complaining. You're fun. You're fun, guy. You're doing some good. You're doing good. Endorphins kicked in, yes sir. But I always like to get me at least 3 for the house. Well, I don't really see anything busting the water anywhere or any sign on the water. Just scanning over it, but that don't mean anything, because that little group or big group that we was in just a second ago, I really didn't see it till I was right on it, because they weren't really busting the top of the water. They were just swimming along real slow. And then I seen some fins coming up, and then all of a sudden I seen the whole wad of them. So they could be along here. I'm tiptoeing to get the bottom, so we have enough water to cover up fish here. So we're gonna maybe work an edge. Oh, if you ever get this guy in, I know guys. I'm playing around, but I think this guy's gonna be another 26, 27. Come here, feller. And just a cane pole catch. That's what I'm gonna start calling them, cane pole. I know y'all seen it with me before, several cane pole catches. Just sticking it down there and let me get it. Maybe I'm gonna stop fishing one of these fancy reels and just fish with a cane pole. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, let me bring me a bucket along so I can keep all the mud off my board. Come here, feller. I need you off my line so I can go capture a slot that I can take. Come here. But he didn't hesitate to grab onto that albino pumpkin. All right, guy. Get on the boat. Yeah, I know. It's not a boat. It's a stand-up paddleboard. Oh, I hope I don't make that feller feel bad. He was probably 10 years old, and I don't like picking on 10-year-olds. Told me, yeah, it's not a boat, it's a kayak. Well, feller, it's both. All right, 26 inches. Oh, he'd be a lot of food for the table, but he's not gonna go. Not today. Not today. Go. All right, you ready to go? Get out of here. Dang, I don't even wear them out as slow as I fight them. All right. So we got him in the boat. My boat. My boat. Yeah. Yeah, guys. All right. Well, that was fun. That was fun, of course. But and we could have had our limit right there in it, because technically the one I turned loose before was under 28, so I could have kept him legal. And I know we always can tag one over, but I won't do that. And this one was legal. We'd have our 3, we'd go to the house.